So, welcoming ourselves here, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale, just inviting the body to land right where it is in this moment. Noticing that we are in community and Sangha. Inviting the eyes to close as we take each other to into ourselves, into awareness. Being with ourselves and also knowing that we are with others. Start to notice the rise and the fall of the chest with each breath. As we start to stabilize the mind, to bring the mind home to the body, to the breath. Inhaling and sensing the breath expanding through the chest. And exhaling, letting the breath go and feeling the falling of the chest. And as we continue to breathe, moving awareness down to the middle of the lungs, feeling the rib cage expand forward and back, left and right, vertically up and down. And on the exhalation, feeling the breath drawing into the midline, the ribs drawing in, lifting, lowering. Bringing attention to the breath as a way to anchor mind right here in this present moment. And bringing awareness now down into the abdomen, the low belly, and sensing the breath as it expands the diaphragm, expanding other muscles in the lower torso. Each exhalation softening. Sensing the incoming breath, expanding the belly, opening and making space. And on the exhalation, sensing the breath empty out, belly softens. And so we prime the pump of awareness, inviting awareness to be right here, right now, with this breathing body. And we can set an intention for our practice, what calls us to the cushion, to our chair, to sitting in relative stillness, in community with others. Perhaps an intention to touch into peace, a peaceful state, or simply a peaceful moment. or an intention to open the heart to ourselves, open the door of the heart to others, others who are like us, others who are different. Setting an intention for greater self-compassion or patience. We're simply arriving with a clearer mind. Whatever the intention is, envelop it with the breath. And already by now, we may have noticed that the mind has wandered. The monkey mind that flits about, jumping from branch to branch. The distracted mind that gets pulled by stimuli in the world. And the moment we notice that we're pulled, distracted, ruminating, planning, regretting, or any other mind states, we can simply name that mind state, where the mind went, future, past, bringing into awareness and getting to know the mind and the mind's habits. And the Buddha teaches us that a calm mind comes from a stable, concentrated mind. A mind that is abiding in this very moment. And so the practice is simply to bring ourselves home again and again and again and again. Body scans are a formal practice to engage more fully with the body and to use the body as an anchor for presence, for greater mental stability. And with mental stability, there's greater emotional stability. And so I will name a part of the body, and the invitation is simply to bring attention to that part in whatever way that we can for now. and to sense the language of the body from this part as movement, such as vibration or tingling, energy moving, a sense of contraction or expansion, spreading, opening. And we might also notice weight, pressure, volume, temperature. And just like noticing where the mind goes, we can simply name the experience that's here: hot feet, sweaty feet, whatever it may be, and let our awareness simply abide there until we shift to another body part. And we practice letting go and coming to something different. So let's begin with the feet, soles of the feet, noticing contact with the ground, noticing temperature, moisture, weight or pressure if you're wearing footwear, tops of the feet, toes, toes on the left foot and the right, ankles, and sometimes what we notice is a nothingness, a neutral sensation. We might notice pleasant or unpleasant sensations. We're simply neutral. Shifting awareness to the lower leg, calf and shin. Knees. We might notice any achiness, any discomfort. Upper legs, the tops of the thighs and the bottoms of the thighs, inner and outer. Moving up to the pelvis. Perhaps awareness of sits bones that we're sitting on, making contact, sensing the pressure on whatever support is beneath. We might notice the weight of the body, the upper body resting on the bones of the pelvis. and the muscles of the buttocks. And we can also notice when the mind gets active with a thought about this part of the body, or even how a narrative might unfold from a single thought. And this is what the mind does. And we simply can practice inviting the mind once again to arrive here again in the body. Awareness of the low belly, all the way around the waistline and the low back. Bringing awareness to any gripping, any tightness. Awareness alone may be enough to simply invite more ease, more softness. Shifting awareness to the mid torso, around the lower rib cage, upper belly, sides of the rib cage, and all the way around to the mid back and the back of the ribs. And this is a part of the body where we might notice the breath a little bit more vividly, sensing the circular, the cylinder-like shape of the expansion and the contraction of the rib cage. And shifting awareness to chest, around the sides of the armpits and the upper back, shoulder blades. Naming or noting simply what is experienced in this part of the body. Shifting awareness now to shoulders. And we might notice any weight that we carry of burden, responsibility, the weight of others. Might we be holding others' responsibilities or burdens, worries? And we get to choose right now what we carry. Just for now, might it be possible to let go, to let fall away towards the ground anything that weighs the shoulders down, that weighs the body. Maybe it's a concern, problem we've been trying to solve. And so, just for now, inviting some more lightness, the lightness of not taking ourselves so seriously, the lightness of knowing that any stuck places in the mind that we carry, that it's temporary, that everything changes, everything comes and goes. Awareness of arms, upper arms, elbows and lower arms, wrists, hands and fingers. Noticing the aliveness, particularly in the hands and fingers that have thousands of nerve endings. And shifting awareness to the uppermost part of the body, neck, and the throat. And we can notice any tightness here as the neck carries the weight of the head. And also the weight of any sounds or words that get stuck in the throat. Breathing with all that's arising in this part of the body with awareness. Sensing the weight of the head, the scalp, and the facial structures. We can pay particular attention to those places where we may hold stress, tensing neck muscles, jaw, muscles around the eyes, worry lines on the forehead and the brows. Awareness of the whole body from head to toe, the whole body breathing, and the whole body a field, an energetic field of vibrations, of sensations, some pleasant, some unpleasant, and some neutral. And our formal body scan practice points in the direction of becoming more embodied, more awareness of the body as it's showing up in each unfolding moment. And in this way, it becomes an anchor for steadying the mind. And as we sit in relative quiet and stillness, we can choose to focus on the breath as an anchor, or the body, the changing field of sensations, not in an orderly way like our body scan, but just noticing what comes into awareness, what sensations are brighting or speaking more loudly than others. And again, we can notice when the mind gets sparked with a thought that may open up a narrative, might evoke emotions, a whole cascade of emotions. And the Buddha taught us to meet ourselves right where we are in every given moment, and to meet ourselves without judgment and with acceptance. So let us practice. And each time we notice that the mind has wandered into story, into our emotions, We simply name it, allow and accept, and then the practice is to come back here, to arrive here again with whatever the chosen anchor is: breath, body sensations, and even sound, the sound arising. Noticing where attention is right now, calling awareness back right here. Each time you notice the mind has wandered, the practice is simply to notice, where does it go? What is the mind engaged in? And then bringing ourselves simply right here again, right here, this moment. Buddha said that there is no one more worthy of your attention than to bring attention to yourself. No one more worthy than you. Bringing our hands together at our heart center, one hand, both hands, and practice metta, loving kindness, as we come to the end of our practice, opening our hearts to ourselves, to give ourselves that attention that is needed to be awake and alive, to be aware, to be a steward of the body, mind, and heart. And so offering ourselves metta, loving kindness. May I be well and safe. May I be well and safe. May I be well and safe. May I be free of suffering. May I be free of all suffering. May I be free of all suffering. May I be brave and wise. May I be brave and wise. May I be brave and wise. May I be at peace. May I be at peace. May I be at peace. And offering any other metta to yourself. And offering metta to all beings everywhere, near and far, the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the winged ones, the swimmers, the creepers, the crawlers, the mountains, all the waterways, the trees and the flowers. May all beings everywhere be well and safe and free of suffering and brave and wise. And may all beings everywhere be at peace. Bringing our hands together and bowing with gratitude to giving ourselves this time to practice the practice of awakening to our true nature and bowing to each other in Sangha, in community. Namaste.